is work to be done before our happy hour. But then, Wake Up Nigeria gives you an early start to the weekend.
That it does. Now, that 3-hour feel-good breakfast show, we're ready, we're set, we're here. Don't worry, the coffee's on point, everything's set. We're gonna have a great show. It's a beautiful Friday morning.
Yep, and we welcome you to another edition of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Titi Layo Oyinson. Now, this 3-hour journey starts now. And you need to know that you can do this on the move as well. We're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook Live at TVC Connect. Yes, connect with us. Send in your comments on social media. That amazing hashtag that's making all the waves right now.
Wake Up Nigeria, hashtag. Remember, you should also download our mobile app from any of the app stores to watch us on your mobile devices anywhere you have internet connection.
Wow, man, you just have to throw it in there.
You can't do it without it.
Yeah, well, hey, you have to have data. Of course, they know now, Mike. So my word for the day is this word here.
Okay.
Dude! Dude!
Unilac Choir from the Creative Arts Department Music Unit will bring us all the music we need today on the show.
Wow. Adeshola Adepoju of Jadara Lifestyle brand is going to be giving us some styling tips, showing 3 different ways to wear one dress for different occasions.
Wow, that's serious. And then it's on to a dance performance from Olamide and his dude.
Dude. This guy, these two guys.
Turn it up today.
Our guest for today is Folajimi Akinshola, aka I Am Jimmie. He's a presenter, producer, both on radio and TV. He's all about the sports, all about being a hype man as well. We're going to be talking to him on the couch. And guess what?
What?
It's game day! You knew that was coming. You knew.
No, I actually didn't know it was coming. So I was actually expecting something else. So
What?
I don't know. I was just maybe expecting you to say something and all that. Then
It's game day.
Yeah, it's game day.
Yeah,
Game day.
we
So
love
what's
game
up, man? What's up? What's happening?
The sky is up.
Friday. So guys, what plans do you have for this weekend?
Okay, so what plans that I have for this weekend? I plan to make some moves this weekend.
Some moves.
Moves.
Yeah.
Chess moves.
Yeah, making
Chess
moves.
moves,
You're not
exactly.
gonna rest too.
Wow,
Sleeping.
Mike.
You
Really?
making moves, oh.
Well, I am actually resting while I'm making those moves.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are some things that I thought I wasn't going to do. I've eventually made up my mind on it. So this weekend, I'm definitely going to do them.
I like that. I like that.
The kids have been seriously hinting that they want to go swimming.
Okay.
Like they've been on my. I don't know whether they watched something. Maybe they
Do they
saw
know how to
somebody.
swim?
Well, so swimming is relative. Playing around in the water is more like
Of course, with floaters or something.
Yeah,
they
of
have
course.
something to help
So
them,
they've
but
been
yeah.
talking about that all week. They've been coming back and forth like, oh, mommy, when can we go swimming? I'm like, you people don't know how to swim. We're talking about swimming.
Yeah.
And, it just brings me to something else. That whole maternal, protective, feeling, instinct.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't let them go with someone else. For instance, I feel
to,
like
yeah,
I
you have
must
to be there to protect.
and I don't know, maybe one day I'll probably grow out of it, but I don't know.
I don't know how to swim, actually.
Really?
Yes, so but that's one thing that I'm going to make sure that my daughter knows how to do.
Knows how to do, right?
I'm going to make sure she learns at a very tender age. Of course, I'm not going to teach her because I don't know how to do it. All I know is to be in the water and just, tap, play with my
feet.
feet.
Son, like at just a little over a year, dude is swimming. Assad.
Wow.
Yeah,
Just a
right?
little over a year, man. And guys
But babies float on water naturally.
Oh.
Yes. Babies float on water naturally.
So I'm just
They
like,
can't sink.
I feel like they don't have that fear thing yet. They don't have
Yeah,
anxiety yet. If they understood, gravity and maybe they.
So talking about that, there's a neighbor's kid, and there's a way they're raising her. Now, of course, I'm not an expert on all that, but something I am very sure of that the way you raise your kids, you can condition them in a particular kind of way. Yeah. Now, when she does something wrong, when she does something they don't want her to do, you see them shout, oh yeah, run, no, ujuju, 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 ujuju.
Wow.
So they start conditioning her with fear. And then if she comes to my door, maybe she's knocking, like, Uncle Mike will beat you. And I'm like, why would you understand? And so she will now run away. So when she sees me, she's scared.
Wow.
Because they've told her, I will beat her just for knocking on my door.
Okay.
Yeah, that was something. Okay, so my nanny did try that recently, sometime recently. She was telling my daughter, I think I was about to sleep or something, and she was telling my daughter, Elsie, mommy wants to sleep, leave the room. And next she said, Ojuju's coming. And I said, no.
No.
Hell no. The Ojuju thing, maybe not. But I do understand the
Don't do
fear
that.
conditioning. It's
Tell
like
her, I'd
fear
rather she
conditioning.
tells her, Elsie, leave there, I'll spank you, than saying, Ojuju, no.
Or you raise somebody. My point I was trying to make was that raising up a kid with fear,
In fear,
or using fear
yeah.
to dissuade them from things is not.
Yeah,
it's not the right way.
It's not the best.
It's what a lot of people were raised with. So,
Exactly. So we shouldn't raise. I mean,
our kids that
we
way.
should have people that are fearless and it goes like stuff like that. That's what I feel. So personally, no.
We'll continue this conversation another
course,
time.
yeah,
we
we
have
have
to
to go.
take the news, though. It's about time.
Well, I really don't know. Those of us who are raised with fear, I don't know what we're going to do afterwards. Welcome to the news. Godwin Emefiele now has the approval of the Senate to hold his office as governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria for another 5 years. The Senate confirmed him for a second term today following the adoption of the report of its Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions. While congratulating the CBN governor, the president of the Senate urged him to use his second term in improving the nation's economy and live up to the expectations of the Nigerian people. Mr. Emefiele has, by his reappointment, made history as the first CBN governor to run a second term since 1999. And Senate also passed a bill confirming June 12th as Democracy Day. The Public Holiday Act Amendment Bill 2004 seeks to make June 12 Nigeria's new Democracy Day to replace May 29th, which marks the official handover of military to civilian administration. This follows the passage of the bill in the lower chamber last December in honor of the late politician Moshood Abiola, who contested in the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election. The bill is to be sent to President Muhammadu Buhari for assent. And Vice President Yemi Osinbajo presided over an extended meeting of the Federal Executive Council at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The council deliberated on no fewer than 35 members from federal ministries, departments and agencies as the Buhari administration winds down. The president himself left today for Saudi Arabia to perform the Lesser Hajj after presiding over Wednesday's meeting of the council. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has charged security chiefs to coordinate security plans and activities to enable security agents contain and prevent crimes within the West African sub-region. He made this call in his message at the end of the 3-day meeting of the West African Police and Security Chiefs Committee in Abuja. Terrorist attacks, piracy, kidnappings, trafficking and drugs and humans across the West African region have continued to undermine development efforts. As the 3-day meeting of the Committee of Security Chiefs in the West African region winds down in Abuja, it has agreed to share knowledge and intelligence in order to combat security challenges ravaging the region. And that's all we have for you at this news update for this hour. Up next is the weather forecast for the day.
we have the papers coming
Of course.
I think I'll start with the Punch.
Okay.
We have here Paris Club refund. Federal government set to pay 649 billion naira final tranche to states. It says more information on page 23. National Assembly okays June 12th as Democracy Day. And on page 12, there's more info on that. We have Senate confirms Emefiele for second tenure. It also says here, some governors run states like fiefdoms, according to Dogara. Bandits seize 3-month-old baby, 6 others in Zamfara. Very sad one there. Ekiti sacks 2,000 workers employed by Fayoshe. 2,000. Wow. Okay, so there is a picture here of 93 suspected kidnappers and seized weapons being paraded by police in Abuja. And it's troubling to see military jackets amongst, the items in that picture, as well as the weapons. It says here, cybercrime suspects unleash dog on EFCC operatives. Now that's an interesting read. Kwara lawmakers elect arrested for 26 million naira property scam. How legislative aids petition landed NAS clerk, others in EFCC net. Lagos Abeokuta Road, residents groan as contractor stops work. Yes. Wow. And finally, INEC postpones Bayelsa Kogi governorship polls to November 16th. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
Wow. Quite interesting. All right, so on the cover of the Vanguard, we have Obasanjo mom as Atiku Afenifere fight Oba of Lagos. Buhari's victory has demystified Obasanjo, says Oba Akiolu. And then Atiku here is saying he'll fail at the tribunal. Also here, allow tribunal to do its job and face traditional issues, says Atiku. And then Afenifere says he should leave politics for politicians. And on the Zamfara school kidnapping here, my 3 children still in bandits' den, over 1.5 million naira ransom. That's from one of the mother of the kids who was kidnapped. Pretty sad one there. And here we have federal government to disburse another 649 billion naira Paris Club refund to states, says Finance Minister. And also here on the cover of Vanguard, lack of strong legislature, reason governors run states as personal empires, according to Dogara here. And also here we have Senate concurs with reps, passes bill to make June 12th Democracy Day. And also on the cover of Vanguard, we have Senate confirms CBN Governor Emefiele for another 5 years. And on sports, we have Chairman Chukwu arrives London for medical treatments. And that's the former Super Eagles coach here. Remember that Otedola gave him $50,000 for treatment. Yeah. We heard that story during the sports news as well earlier. We have the Guardian newspaper here as well. It says, at last, National Assembly okays June 12th as Democracy Day. That seems to be a headline on quite a few of the papers today. It says here, gunmen kill 7 persons in Taraba councils. Governors back states legislature, judiciary financial autonomy. And on World Report, Tanzania bans entry of all plastic carrier bags. Now that is interesting. Really good. It says here, outgoing incoming governors spar over last-minute policies. Anger as Fayomi sacks 2,000 Fayoshe appointees. Bauchi governor-elect incumbent trade words over debt profile. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian. And that's all we can take on the newspaper headlines this morning. There's so much more coming up next. Stay with us. Hello again, it's Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome. It's time for our traffic updates. That's part of the show where we update you. We give you information about traffic situation in different areas of Lagos State. And please note that you could always be part of this segment. We would like you to join us by sending us a message on all our social media platforms. Let us know what your traffic situation where you are is like, and perhaps take a traffic selfie. We would love that. And this morning I'll be updating you on traffic situation in Lekki Phase 1. And you know why? That's because that's where Yomi is coming from this morning. And I hope he's not stuck in some traffic. But yes, the Lekki Phase 1 axis this morning. Well, that's the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway if you're going towards en route Lagos Island. Right now at Lekki, Phase 1 is currently free. A few, just light traffic on some spots, but it's relatively free. And if you're heading towards the roundabout, that's the Lekki Phase 1 roundabout that takes you to the toll gate. There's a bit of traffic, but it's actually light, nothing heavy at all. All right, so if you're heading towards after the toll gate, towards ShopRite, there's a bit of traffic at that end. You remember there's a traffic lights at the ShopRite junction there. There is traffic at that end, but after that, there's free flow. You have a free flow. But then approaching the Ozumba Mbadi Way Road, there is traffic, light traffic, not too bad, but there's a bit of traffic on that road approaching the Muri Okunla Park. There's traffic, and all the way. So after the Muri Okunla Park, it's quite free-flowing all the way till you get to the Bonny Camp area, that on the bridge, where you remember that Bonny Camp area that takes you into Lagos Island. There's a bit of traffic there. And so, yeah. And then, yeah, heading to Lagos Island, there is traffic. There's traffic on some spots here and there. If you're approaching Lagos Island. But let's go back and see what the traffic situation is like in the Lekki Admiralty axis, because that area also can be quite tight in the mornings. But whilst I'm trying to find that, guys, any updates on social media?
I have a few.
Okay, go.
Okay, I have a few updates here on Twitter. Ikpiola20 says around the RCCG waterfront is slow-moving traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge. That's as at 6:15 a.m. It also says here, same tweeter,
okay.
yeah, says approaching Adeniji is moving as at 6:24.
Who's the
yeah,
the
Ikpiola 20.
Okay.
Yeah, same person. On the bridge approaching Dolphin, there's still great movement as at 6:28. So it took the same person just about 12 minutes to get across 3rd Mainland.
I've been tweeting.
Yeah, he's been
I have
tweeting.
him here also.
Yeah,
different
on
places.
another.
But I just
yeah.
hope he's not in one spot, just giving us a.
Really, Mike?
It's right.
Okay,
You're so cynical.
No, I've had, so somebody tells you, no, hold on. Someone tells you there's traffic at Osborne and there's traffic at Egbeda.
Different times.
No,
at different
the same time.
Well,
I've
but
had it. I've had that
Mike,
kind of
you could
experience. So-
also be using the Google
Goodness
traffic.
me.
No, what I'm saying is that you call the handle. My point is that there's a disclaimer. You understand? You call the handle. You understand? So, like, the same handle talks about Osborne inward after Rewani and then Dolphin inward Osborne. A few points on the bridge approaching Dolphin is good movement. Heading towards Loma Recycling Plant is good. Okay, so that's why we call the handle. So
Okay, so quickly before we wrap this up, remember I said I was going to update our viewers on, the traffic situation in the Admiralty axis. So right now, the Admiralty axis is actually really free. And then I was expecting a bit of traffic. Surprisingly, there's no traffic going and coming, no traffic at all. But if you're approaching the Ikoyi Bridge roundabout, of course, there's a light traffic situation there, but it's not so serious, actually. And then going out of if you're taking the Lekki Ikoyi Bridge, there's a spot there. There's a bit of traffic situation there, just very light, not so serious. But all the way, if you're taking the Ikoyi axis into Lagos Island, it's quite free, actually, this time of the morning. There's no traffic situation going out of taking that Ikoyi route to you know, the Awolowo Road that takes you into Lagos Island, it's quite free this morning. So any other updates, guys?
Yeah, we have some, quite free movement around Okeafa inward Isolo bus stop. But apparently, it says it's been patched with gravel, so it'll slow you down at a particular point. So before it was patched with gravel, it was really slow on that Okeafa to Isolo area. It was causing a lot of traffic. But because it's been patched with gravel, it's a little faster moving now. Iyanoworo is slow moving, approaching the 3rd Mainland Bridge as at 6:09. It also says here that it's all good to go around the Unilag waterfront area on 3rd Mainland Bridge. So,
oh, nice.
Hopefully, if you're about to leave home, we've been able to give you some
Exactly. I hope we've been able
important
to update
information.
you exactly on the traffic situation is at least in some routes, maybe not all, but at least you have an idea. So you could also, you know, check us up on our social media platforms. Please let us know what the traffic situation where you are is like. Would like to hear from you. All right. At this point, I have to join the gang in the kitchen.
I love it when calls us her gang, like gang.
I don't.
You don't? You don't like it? You don't? Mike. So I've been wondering. So there's this whole feeling of, okay, so this is happening again.
Is that my sister?
It happens. Oh my gosh. It happens all the time. Sometimes I feel like I've put on some weight and the stool is trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
Like I need to go back to the gym. Okay.
My own
all right. Okay, so I was thinking about the whole feeling of Game of Thrones ending. This next episode is like the last, so it feels very
it is
like I can't believe it's over. We waited a whole year for it to come out.
2 years actually.
2 years.
Yeah, well, I felt like it was what's that word? There's a word that when something just I'm deflated. You know, because of the past 2 episodes, I've been deflated. So some people haven't watched it, so we're not going to give any spoilers.
Okay, time has passed for spoilers.
So
what actually happened? So normally, you see the thing now, like the Russell brothers for Avengers, there's supposed to be like a cap, a period where you don't give spoilers, right?
Okay.
And then after a period, now they're even using promotional material from the Russell brothers has footage from the film.
Okay.
You understand? So spoilers there's a time
expiry
frame.
date.
You understand? This is Friday. The final episode is Monday, so you have reviews. I also have a review on YouTube and on Instagram. After the show, you can check it out. But you can review it as it is. Yeah, you can review it.
Who do you think is going to take the throne? Really? Who do you think is going to take the throne? So now we have the Mad Queen.
I know the funny thing.
We have Jon Snow.
I think no one's going to take the throne.
Are you sure about that? No, somebody has to take the throne. Somebody has to take the
The
throne.
plot hasn't leaked. That's the funny thing.
Yes, it has actually.
So I saw
holding
2
myself.
lines. I saw 2 lines,
No,
and I
Mike.
felt like slapping the person that put it up. But I had to. I mainly went over, but the plot has leaked. That's how much people
I don't
go
want
after
to
trying
leak.
to
I
get
don't
this
want
thing.
to leak that. I don't, Mike. Don't go there, please. Just
No, I'm
just
telling you
tell
that
us.
I didn't say.
So tell me, who do you think will take the throne? Tell me now.
Why? I don't want to tell you.
Who do you think? It's you. It's your opinion. It's
No,
like,
I know. I feel that. I feel like. I don't know. I feel like for the whole season, they've tanked really. They've
Mike is
tanked,
not answering
and
my
so
question.
I'm not so into the prediction thing now. You know, looking at it if you look at the ratings by the critics and all of that, Rotten Tomatoes and all of them, season 7 was an excellent season. So I have a friend who started 1 week ago. She started from season 1, and she's in season 7 now. So she called me last night. Man, you need to see her. You need to see the excitement in her voice.
Okay.
Oh, this happened. Hey, mama, calm down. And she goes like, look, don't try me. I said, you have elders in this thing, you just started it yesterday. So but the point is, she was so excited, and she said, of course, season 7 is what she enjoys the most. Season 8, yes, probably rushed. They told us, but by the time season 7 was coming out, they told us season 7 will be 7 episodes, season 8 will be 6 episodes. Rushed, maybe yes, but we still love it anyway.
Mike did not answer my question.
I am actually looking forward to what's next for the cast of Game of Thrones. I know that many of them are going to cash out after this. They're going to be involved in major franchises, maybe, maybe not.
They've already started.
But yeah, some of them have.
Yeah.
We have Sophia Turner. We have
As Dark Phoenix.
yes,
Yeah.
and so yeah.
Khaleesi
their
herself
prospects-
was already in Terminator, the Terminator remake. You know, she was Sarah Connor, right? So the old Sarah Connor, like Sarah Connor from back in
back in the day, yeah.
And the truth is, it has a show like this has the potential to either make or break an actor's career, because some of them might never get to a climax like this again in their career. Some of them, this is the highest they're ever going to go. This is the most famous they're ever going to be. And then for someone like Daenerys now, she has played the kind of role that she'll always be remembered for, no matter what. It's
I
just
see
like,
her, you know, getting involved in more action movies.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I do actually.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I feel like-
I picture her in a cat suit doing the Catwoman thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, MM?
That's my opinion. Actually.
Okay,
So,
a Catwoman.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
never
then
thought of that.
for Peter Dinklage, because I've seen him, you know, feature in a comedy film. He is a fantastic comedian.
Well,
he's got
he's very
a great sense of humor, and not every actor has that ability. So, I'd like to see him in a lot of comedy films. Nicolaj, not so much.
I feel
love you, Nicolaj,
his
but-
own career has actually peaked
And
as
then,
well. I don't know why.
Sorry, Kit Harington.
Yeah.
Maybe a James Bond? Can he
Really?
feature him for a James Bond?
No,
So
no.
he's not in
I'm being
contention.
biased because I like him.
The person in contention for James
James
Bond
Bond,
is
yeah, I
Rob
know.
Stark.
Rob Stark.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, the choices are not so cool. Like, okay, so this
Rob
morning...
Stark?
Yeah, the actor who plays Rob Stark. He's
Yeah.
in contention
Oh,
for
yeah,
James Bond.
I love
Okay.
that guy.
But the thing now is that, like, so yesterday into this morning, there's a new Batman. And I'm not so in...
No, Kit Harington should not play Batman.
There's a new Batman, and
they'll be
the
seeing him
Batman
flying
is
around.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh.
No!
Not so cool.
Wait, he's Batman?
Yeah, he's the new Batman. He's the new Batman. He's taking over from Ben Affleck.
Okay. And on that bombshell, we have to take a short break, but we'll be back. Wake Up Nigeria continues. Stay with us.
So the Who is Who all converged at Eco Hotel in Lagos on the 12th of May 2019 for the long-anticipated BJ Sax live concert. This event was hosted by the trailblazing saxophonist Abolaji Banjoko, also known as BJ Sax, who took sax and gospel music to another level.
I thought to do things a bit differently. You know, I thought to take gospel to another level. And as you can see what God has helped us to achieve today, we had a packed out concert.
It was not just a concert, but a gathering of worshippers as Tim Godfrey took the audience to another realm with his ministration.
Next was Big Bolaji, who was a revelation.
Award-winning music producer and jazz pianist Ambassador Wale Oni also thrilled the guests with a glorious ministration as he took the stage.
I think it's getting better more and more. You know, this year is bigger, it's better. Of course, we started on time. That's one thing that I've seen, and all the performances were very spot on.
seen people's heads in thousands. We have over 5,000 people in this hall. That's awesome. I felt really grateful to God.
Laolugbenjo's ministration was full of so much energy. It got everyone dancing with so much excitement. It was indeed a night of worship and praise. Comedy was not left out as Wuli Agba, Dele and team cracked some ribs. Children are special gifts from God, and it was amazing to see them share the stage with BJ Sax.
When I heard I'm going to perform, I'm going to minister at BJ Sax Live, I was so excited, I was so happy. So I was not thinking, what should I play, what should I not play, what should I play, what should I not play. So when I now got to the stage, God took control and everything was fine.
BJ Sax has been my mentor. He's even the one that made me start saxophone. It has been my passion since when I was small to meet him and work with him as a friend, as a brother, and he's my uncle.
It was very exciting because last year I didn't get to play with him. So when I was told I was going to play with BJ Sax this year, I was very happy, it was fun, and I just finished playing with him right now. So it was very exciting and it was a good experience.
Coming here today was exciting. Playing on stage today because this is the first time I'm playing at BJ Sax Live concert. So I was happy, I was excited, and everything went well. I kept on listening to our rehearsals, practicing every day because I knew that this day would go well.
The way he blows the saxophone, the way he introduces the young ones, so it shows that he's not afraid to share the stage. That's something that we as human beings should learn to do more. Look for those young ones, impact positively into their lives.
Well, hello and welcome to the Friday edition of Wake Up Nigeria, where you can find all things entertaining.
Seriously, everything good lives right here. We've gone a solid hour past now, and we still have 1 hour, 45 minutes to go. We advise you to just stay there.
Yeah.
If you have plans to move, we'll tell you what to do if you need to. But my name is Titilayo Oyinso.
And I'm Yomi OAP. There's a lot of traffic this morning.
But
I made it.
Yeah, you did.
I made it.
You did.
Yeah.
Was it like Lekki side or what?
Yeah, on the Express, on the Lekki Express.
All right then.
But we are streaming live, so I was watching you guys.
Really? Are you serious? How did it feel watching us do the show you were supposed to do?
I have some feedback for everybody.
Wow, okay.
Some feedback.
Just in case you're planning to make a move onto the road, you can stream with us to tvcontinental.tv and Facebook Live at TVC Connect. Please send in those comments. Join our e-family, online network family, all the social media platforms. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
Yes, indeed. And you should also know that our app is available on the Google Play Store and the Apple iStore as well. Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world. So all you need to do is just log in and you can watch us live.
So something good is gonna be cooking in the kitchen. So I don't know why I'm singing about the food.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's cooking yet. All I know is that Chef V is right there.
Chef V is in the building.
Hey.
Good morning.
Chef V looks like he's been...
This is what happens. This is what makes you sing.
What? What?
You already know.
What now? Is it the guns? Is it the guns that he's showcasing today?
Say you already know.
I'm just saying.
Chef V looks like he's been hitting the gym.
Yeah. So, would you like to exchange? You know, I could always handle the kitchen for you today. I don't know. Just, I would love to help you out.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Hashtag shameless.
Welcome, Chef V. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. It's great to have you. But we have quite a lineup today.
Yeah, from Unilag, we have the Creative Arts Department of the Music Unit joining us this morning for a musical performance.
Yes, so 10-man crew. They're going to be here and it's going to be great.
Now, Jadara is a ready-to-wear lifestyle brand whose creations are for confident women. I like that. For fashion this morning, Adesola Adepoju will be joining us to showcase how to wear a dress in 3 different ways for 3 different occasions.
Yes, indeed.
Same dress.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
So it's a styling piece. We also have a dance performance coming up very soon. Olamide and his cohort is going to be here.
All right, our guest this morning is Jimmie Akinshola, a.k.a. I Am Jimmie. He's a TV presenter and radio host, producer, sports journalist, all around.
Yeah.
Cool dude.
You met him upstairs, huh? You did?
No.
You haven't met him yet?
Yeah.
And he was actually very punctual today as well, I have to say. Sometimes we have some guests that come in like as if they're coming from a club. You know, like...
A lot of our guests come from the club.
Just arrived.
Yeah. No, they don't.
Yeah, well,
yes, they do.
Many come from the church.
Yeah.
I guess come from the studio.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, from the studio or they're working late.
Talking about coming from the church.
Amen.
I'm about to shake some tables.
Okay.
But I just have to say, because I see this happen sometimes on my way to the office, and my husband and I always have this conversation that we're not... Okay, I'm just going to leave it open, yeah? My opinions do not really matter, because I'm not going to tell anyone how to...
See what you want to say now.
How to practice religion. So yeah, I see a lot of services hold in the early hours of the morning. You
Early
know.
hours or overnight?
Early hours, I see it. So I don't know if it is an overnight service or
a vigil.
You know, and then sometimes it happens, you know, even Monday mornings. I see this Monday mornings, I see it. So if I'm seeing this on a Thursday morning, maybe I wouldn't, because I'm like, okay, well, the week is wrapping up. So, you know, people should, you know, have free. But then I see this Mondays, Tuesdays, and I'm like,
okay,
so
but
there are actually some churches that start Tuesday morning, like 7 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Okay,
I know.
I can't be coming to the office at 7 a.m.
Okay, but then,
so I'm
but
talking 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
I don't know. They're not robbing. They're not stealing. They're not doing anything wrong.
Or even compelling people. It's just an open invitation.
It's their business.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
Does it matter when you worship? That's the question. When you can worship any day, any time.
It's their business, man.
Yeah.
They're not disturbing you.
Thank you very much, Tony, for that exercise routine this morning. What a great way to exercise into the weekend. All right, welcome to the kitchen, guys. And this morning, I am with Chefy.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, V. What's going on?
Doing great, thank God.
All right, so this morning, guys, we are making potato wedges with sauteed stir fry.
Yeah.
Vegetables.
Veggies.
Yeah. So we're working with... look at these beautiful looking vegetables we have on the table this morning. Not ugu, but yeah, vegetables. All right, so let's run through the ingredients, V.
So we have potatoes, we have bell
Irish
peppers.
potatoes.
Irish potatoes, yeah. Bell peppers. We have our crushed chilies.
Yeah.
We have our garlic powder. We have our seasoning, our salt. We have our oregano, our thyme. Yeah. We have our basil leaf. We have our butter. We have our flour and cornstarch.
Okay, so you're going to tell us different later on.
Okay.
Because I'm sure they play different roles. That's why we are using them.
Yeah.
All right, and and then our most important ingredients, which is Irish potatoes. So what are we doing with our Irish potatoes this morning?
So basically, we're going to cut the Irish potatoes. But before we do that, we'll have to wash it.
Okay.
Now you can
warm
use
water or
cold water is fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you can use this because we need something to scrub it.
Oh, like a sponge.
Yeah.
So basically, that's just going to take off the dirt on the potatoes. Yeah, because we are actually boiling them. You're taking it straight into the heat. We are not, taking off the layers, right?
Yeah.
We are not taking off the surface at all. Yeah.
No.
Okay,
because it's actually good for Irish potatoes for you to leave.
Yeah, actually, as well.
Because the bark has fiber.
Yeah, which is very good for your digestive system.
Very good.
All right. Great stuff happening on the show here, guys. I am so excited. So, that looks clean. Okay. So we are going to make sure we do that way. Do you need me to slice it up whilst you're doing that? You just show me how to do it, and I'll just do it.
Now, for potato wedges,
okay,
to slice it, all you have to do is split it into half.
Okay.
And then
you slice the half into another half.
Yeah. And then you do this.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So that's pretty easy. I'll just do that up to save time. And for our veggies this morning, just in case you're watching, we are going to be making use of green pepper, yellow pepper, red pepper. That's for our sauteed veg stir fry, which we're going to be making use of. Okay, so now let's talk about the flour and the cornstarch, which we'll be using later on. I know that the flour acts as a thickener.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm curious about what the cornstarch...
The cornstarch makes it like crunchy when you're done frying. Yeah. It's really crunchy. It makes the outer layer of the potatoes crunchy.
Oh, we're using it for the potatoes. Yeah. Okay, so the flour is for the veggies?
No, the flour and the cornstarch is for the potatoes.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay.
It's like potato chips with seasoning and herbs, because the oregano goes into the
potatoes?
mixture. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You mix both of them and add a little water.
So we are not confusing our viewers watching right now.
Okay.
So when we are done chopping our potato wedges, we're going to toss them into a pot of water. Yeah. And then what's next?
And then we'll boil them for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
For it to get to 80%, like cook it up to 80%.
Okay.
And then when you do that, you drain the water.
Okay.
And you make this mixture of, you mix the flour, the cornstarch, you melt the butter.
Okay.
And then you add the garlic, the crushed chili, and salt.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you mix it, add a little water, then you toss this inside.
Okay.
When you mix it, then you fry it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite an interesting process, and I'm hoping that you're going to, you're staying tuned and you're paying attention to every bit of it. All right, so much is happening here on the show, but from Unilag, we have a 10-man choir crew ready to give us our first musical performance of the day. Trust me, guys, you don't want to miss on this one.
All right, so we're here with the Unilag Creative Arts Department's choir, and they're doing something very special for us today. Talk to us, Ebun.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, very well.
Very nice, very nice. Very nice to see you guys on this Friday. So what are you going to be performing for us today?
Okay, first we'll be performing Sija Hamba. It's a Zulu song.
Zulu song?
Yes, we are marching in the light of God.
All right, so let's do it. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, thanks.
Siambe kukayeni kwekos, siambe kukayeni kwekos, siambe kukayeni kwekos, ikwekos siamba, amba siamba, amba siambe kukayeni kwekos, ikwekos siamba, amba siamba, hamba siyahambe kukweyeni kwekos, 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 siyahamba, hamba siyahamba, hamba siyahambe kukweyeni kwekos, ikwekos siyahamba, hamba siyahamba, hamba siyahambe kukweyeni kwekos. We are marching in the light of God. 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 Light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching, marching. We are marching in the light of God. Light of God. We are marching. Marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God. 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 Light of God, we are marching. Marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God. Light of God, we are marching. Marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God.
This time around, it's not a preview, it's a review of the EPL season, the past EPL season. I feel so, I don't know what's going to be happening Saturdays and Sundays now, but hey, I've got sports analyst and enthusiast in the house. Olamide, it's great to have you. You're welcome. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're looking at the just concluded EPL season. Did it meet your expectations prior to the start of this season? 2018-2019 EPL season, did it meet your expectations?
Okay, so this particular season that just went by has to be arguably one of the best ever.
True.
Because we had a 2-horse race between Liverpool and Manchester City. Now, a lot of people were rooting for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because they've tried to build a system, build the team over the last couple of seasons. And then, you know, of course, sentiments also played in. And then we have a Manchester City side. Consistency is their middle name. Exceptionally good. They have one of the best football coaches ever. In Pep Guardiola. And of course, that set the whole thing for
the whole ball.
season.
Now, I must agree with you to a very large extent. I mean, last season, Manchester City were over 21 points above second place Manchester United.
Yes.
This season, they were just 1 point. In fact, this is the first season ever. If we take a look at the table or the points tally just now, this is the first season ever where two teams, the top two teams, have over 90 points.
Yes.
Which is big. In 97 points on a normal day will win you any other season anywhere in the world.
Across all the top leagues around the world. And this is also the first time ever that the goals record was broken. We had over 1,072 goals scored in this season. We had three top goal scorers. Three. Sadio Mane, we had Salah, and then we have Arsenal's Aubameyang.
All of them are 22 goals. Now, something I must say, kudos to Liverpool. I feel like this season the big winners are Liverpool because they have really moved. Like what I say is that there's so much progress. I mean, this is a team that just lost one match to Manchester City. Yes, there were 7 draws and all of that, but I feel like for next season, Manchester City is still the team to beat. I mean,
of course,
I give them one of the best in the world. But what do you think? Moving forward, do you think Liverpool can really mount yes, they've mounted a challenge. Do you think they can beat Manchester City to this title next season?
Okay, so to be quite honest, I think next season is going to be a bit tougher. Because now we have other teams who are going to be coming full force.
Are you sure? I don't think so. Which teams do you think? Okay, apart from Manchester City and Liverpool, which teams do you think?
I think Manchester United will try to stake a claim next season. No. This is a club that's been out of recognition in a while, and and they've not really gone for the title. But I see them coming back strongly next season. I also see. Some underdogs. You'll be surprised at the likes of
Arsenal and underdog.
Arsenal,
Arsenal is going to be going up. Now, one good thing for England is that we have the 4 finalists in the major competitions in Europe are all from the English league. What does that say about the EPL?
Okay, so it means that the EPL arguably still remains the best football league in the world.
No questions. No questions.
It's not.
No argument.
You can argue about
no
that.
arguments. You can argue about that. I mean, you can't have the Champions League finalists, both of them, the Europa League finalists, both of them from one league. At present, the EPL is the best.
Exactly.
They give you competition and all of that. Arsenal, Chelsea, up in that final. If Arsenal wins, they didn't get into the top 4. They need to win the Europa League
to get straight into the Champions League.
Chelsea is already in the Champions League. Yeah. What do you think will happen in that Europa League final?
Okay, so I might sound a bit biased right now. Arsenal to win.
No, it's not biased.
Arsenal to win.
Okay.
Reasons are very simple. Arsenal has one of the most potent strike force in football today, in Aubameyang and Lacazette. And of course, we know Chelsea has their own defensive woes. They're still struggling. A lot of their players are currently injured. We know the Frenchman.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek
is out for out 7 months. 8 months.
That's just about 2 days ago when he picked up that
injury.
The
same thing with
Kante.
N'Golo Kante is also out.
Of course, he's out. He has been out for a while.
And of course, we also know that they've not really been very good up front.
You know what happens? N'Golo Kante, we know that has been a major talking point of this 2018-2019 season. N'Golo Kante alone has trended. He has been used out of position a lot. So the Chelsea team have not really reaped his dividends. He is a natural defensive midfielder in the mode of a Claude Makelele.
Yes,
but now he has been used as an offensive midfielder, an attacking midfielder. Somebody, you see N'Golo Kante at the edge of the final pass or giving the final pass, which Sarri has been really criticized for. I don't think, at the way Chelsea are playing, I really don't think they will miss him in that forward role. If he was playing his natural role, yes, they would miss him. You need somebody to hold that defensive midfield. But in an offensive position, a Ruben Loftus-Cheek, a Kovacic, maybe even a Jorginho, if you had pushed him a bit forward, you understand? I think they'll do better. So I really don't feel they'll miss him. But I must agree with you that Arsenal have a more potent attack.
Yes,
when it comes to defense, I mean, Chelsea up against Frankfurt or something else. David Luiz, that goal line clearance, it's like they brought their A game. Kepa Arrizabalaga,
yes, exactly.
Of course. I think Chelsea does have a better defense. It will be up attack against defense. If he starts Aubameyang and Lacazette, probably Arsenal would have a better chance.
Okay, so over the last couple of seasons, we've seen Arsenal rise back against Chelsea. Of course, we know prior to that, Chelsea was the better team. But what that means now is that it's going to be a very open game. It's going to be very exciting.
Very exciting.
I'm looking forward to
it. Well, what we're talking about, let's look at the highlights of the final day fixtures while they're going on. So you would go for an Arsenal. Also go for an Arsenal. Yes. My director says that Hazard with half leg will still be there.
Of course,
but Hazard is going to be leaving. Is that how big of a loss is that for the EPL?
Okay, so if Hazard eventually leaves, of course, we know that Real Madrid are very much interested in him. It's going to be a big loss because we do know that as a player, Hazard brings what you wouldn't find in any other player. It's extraordinary when it comes to what he does.
What he does
is quite unique, very different from other players.
He's one of the best players in the world. You're looking at one of the EPL's best players leaving to Spain, which, I mean, it happened with Ronaldo, it happened with Gareth Bale, it happened with Luka Modric. Two of these people have won the world footballer after leaving England.
After they left, exactly.
I mean, Michael Owen also left England.
Yes.
You see, so
and
but
Michael Owen became the European Footballer of the Year.
So exactly. So I mean, does this mean that in players' minds they have to play for one or two clubs? I'm talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona here because these players we're talking about, they all left to either of these two clubs. Does it mean, is that the pinnacle of a player's career?
Okay, so if I were to be a football player, I would definitely want to play for either one of those club sides because they are just legendary. They have of course, Real Madrid, we know, have the highest number of Premier Champions League trophies ever won.
Okay.
And, it says a lot about what they bring on board. So for players like Hazard to want to leave, I don't think it's not because the quality of the Premiership is below par, but it's just that it's very important that accolades as one of the best players in the world. You play for either one of those teams. Manchester City down, that will be Tottenham. So of course it brought down all the expectations. However, they still have the opportunity to pick up their third trophy for the season.
Yeah. So Tottenham let's run up with this. Tottenham up against Liverpool. Champions League final, June 1st, at the Wanda Metropolitano in Madrid. That's the home ground of Atletico Madrid. What are your, I mean, everybody's giving it to Liverpool. I also give it to Liverpool. But is there any chance that Tottenham might just pick that trophy?
Okay, so I'm not exactly certain if Harry Kane will be back.
He's trying to fight him back. But I don't think it will be in Tottenham's best interest for them to play him, even if he's back.
If Harry Kane is somewhere in the mix of things,
yeah,
Tottenham might just edge it a bit. because that's a boost. It's a mental boost, and it might help Tottenham edge it. However, no Hurricane, I give it to Liverpool.
Give it to Liverpool. All right. Thank you very much, Olamide. It was great having you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We have other leagues that will round up quite soon. There's the German league, there's the Spanish league. We'll bring all of that to you. But then we'll have to take a break now. Don't go nowhere. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. And here in the kitchen this morning with me is Chef V. Yes. And this morning, guys, we are making potato wedges and sorted vegetables. Yeah. Yes. And right now, for our for our potatoes, we are working with Irish potatoes this morning. But V, let's move over to the other ingredients and then let's...
Okay, so a roundup of previously stated ingredients. We have bell peppers, we have spring onion, we have our flour, cornstarch, our butter is melted now.
Yeah.
We have our basil, crushed chilies, garlic powder, seasoning, our salt, and oregano. Yeah.
We're working with a lot of herbs and spices this morning on the show. So right now, our potatoes, our Irish potatoes have been boiled. Yeah.
80%.
80%.
Yeah,
not completely
boiled.
Because
we're going to fry them.
Okay. So what's next?
So we're going to mix our coating.
Yeah, that's our flour.
So that's our flour.
Okay.
Our flour.
And our cornstarch.
Cornstarch.
Okay. And we have our melted butter.
Our melted butter.
Okay.
But then I'd like to add this
oregano. Yeah.
You want to have all this flavor on the chips when it's ready.
Okay. So we're heating up our vegetable oil already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little salt.
Okay. So now we're adding our salt and our garlic.
Powder. Depending on how you like it.
Yeah.
Then
yes.
Our crushed chilies. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have our crushed chilies here.
Yeah.
What next is we mix it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get scared of getting your hands messy in the kitchen.
Well, make sure they're clean, most of all.
Yeah, exactly.
Very important.
So we're going to add our butter.
Okay. So in here we have our flour, cornstarch, our oregano spice.
Yeah.
We have our crushed chilies, our garlic powder, and a little bit of salt. And now we're mixing in our melted butter.
So now this is the tactical part.
Okay.
When you're mixing this and you're about to add water, don't add water a lot of water at once.
Okay.
What you do is you add little water.
Oh, water is still going into this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very little.
Very little.
And then you try to
make it into a paste,
paste, yeah, because if you just pour the water right away, you have all these lumps, you know.
Oh, okay. So guys at home, I hope you're paying attention to this process because it's pretty, it's critical. Well, you have to be meticulous with this kind of process, so that you don't get it, you don't, mess it up and then you now have to start all over again.
So almost, you need to make it really light because you still want to have that potato feel when it's done.
Okay.
If it's thick, then you won't have that feel.
All right.
It seems like you just fried flour.
Oh. So next we're pouring in our potato wedges in here. Pouring everything in.
You can just dip one and fry. Or you pour,
and we are deep frying. Yeah. So you have to make sure that you're making use of a deep fry pan and a lot with a lot of vegetable oil when making this because we want the potato wedges to sink in. Yeah. That's the effect we're looking for.
So one last time.
Okay. All right.
You want it really light.
So just in case you're just joining us, guys, this morning, with me is Chef V, and we are making potato wedges with sauteed veggies. And our veggies this morning, it's not ugu, it's not any kind of those, leafy vegetables. We are working strictly with yellow pepper, green pepper, red peppers, and spring onions. And of course, we have our basil leaf here. Yeah, which will be, just to add a little bit of flavor at the end of our veggies, I'm guessing.
So
yeah?
It's ready.
Great, great. Okay, so our mixture is ready.
You can see how it is.
Cornflour, oh, nice, nice. But then I'm sure you can, with this, you can season to, season to however you like it.
Yeah.
So depends on what you're looking for when working with your potato wedges.
You can actually switch the oregano for thyme.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what you want.
Okay, great. Nice.
So I'm going to do a little bit of...
Okay.
Pour some here.
Whoa. Okay. This looks very exciting. And guess what, guys? It's the weekend. So tomorrow, you have all the time, to try out this recipe without nobody rushing you to work.
Okay.
You get...
So you take out the extra.
Nice. Oh, that looks really nice. I'm liking this.
So you fry it until it is brown.
Okay. But then, can you try this with yam as well, if you do not want to use potatoes?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Nice. Great. So then what we're looking forward to here is like a potato consistency, yeah?
Yeah.
Like a brown, like a golden brown. Yeah.
And then it's really crunchy at the end.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. And I'm sure the kids are also going to love this.
Yeah.
The kids are going to love this.
Love it.
I know. Irish potatoes are not as sweet as, sweet potatoes. Irish potatoes are not as sweet as sweet potatoes. Yeah.
But with this, trust me, you want to have Irish potatoes all the time.
Than sweet potatoes, yeah? Okay. Great. But you could also use sweet potatoes. Because sweet potatoes are like really affordable.
True.
Compared to Irish potatoes. Yeah. So we may just want to play safe and just, but sweet potatoes would be so nice. And well, the good thing about it is both potatoes are quite healthy. So yeah, you're getting the same amount of richness, nutrients, and health benefits from both. So yeah, makes up for a great meal. All right. So if you're just joining us, guys, we are making potato wedges with salted vegetables. And right now, we are frying up our potato wedges, getting them ready. And of course, they'll be ready in a bit. Yeah. So what we have mixed our potato wedges with right now, we have in here cornstarch, flour, oregano, powdered garlic, a little bit of salt, and crushed chilies. And like Chef V said earlier on, you could mix in whatever spice that you want to. It depends on how you like your potato, how you want your potato wedges to taste. And okay. So this is going pretty well. Nice breakfast recipe this morning. Oh, look at that.
It's going to get really crunchy. When you bite it, you hear the sound.
Nice. But what if your potatoes are like thinly chopped? Will you get the same results?
Yeah, you will. But why it's good to have it this way is so when you bite into the crust, you can feel something inside.
Okay. Yeah. All right, great stuff happening here in the kitchen. So much more to look out for here on the show. Next, we have the Unilag Music Choir for one more performance, guys. I'm sure you enjoyed the first one.
All right, so we're here in the outdoors, and it's going to be a very, very special Friday. I've got the Unilag Choir here. They're domiciled in the Creative Arts department in Unilag.
Yes,
and I've got Miss Phoebes over here. She said not to call her Phoebes.
My real name is Phoebian.
Phoebian. Okay, so now the choir has something special coming up on Tuesday. Talk to us about that.
Okay, so we have a concert titled Baba Yetu. It's actually a word from Swahili. It means our father.
Oh, okay, nice,
yes,
nice. So that's coming up on Tuesday.
Exactly, on Tuesday
at the chapel in Unilag.
At the chapel Unilag, 21st of May by 4 p.m.
All right, so you guys are going to be doing something special for us today.
Yes, definitely.
A rendition of the 1960s high life song
called Nidodo
by Fela. Now, of course, Unilag Choir, you guys are over 100, but you just brought like a few of your guys that wake up early today.
Exactly, it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. So anyway, so you guys are over 100, and anybody can join the choir.
Yes,
from inside
anybody
Unilag
from
community?
inside Unilag, any student can join. Though we have to be there because we are students of creative arts, music unit.
Okay.
But every person from geography, social sciences, they can all join.
Okay, so that means that if I have a nice voice, I can just show
Well, you're not a
up.
student.
I used to be in
Okay.
Unilag, so as an ambulance, I can't join.
No, you can't join.
Okay. So anyway, so people can join and then they just express themselves in music.
Exactly.
And it's really really nice. So this concert that's coming up,
Yes.
you have Mike Abdul showing up.
Oh yeah, we have
on
Mike
Tuesday as
Abdul,
well.
we have Minister Ken. So it's not really like the strict choir like you imagine it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
All
We're
right.
doing music from South Africa, we're doing music from Nigeria, we're doing music from America, and a whole lot.
All right, looking forward to it.
Yes.
Anyway, you guys are going to be doing something special for us
Yes.
today, and you on the crew, Oni Dodo, Oni Moi Moi. Are you guys ready? Yes. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín nígbà tí ọ̀tá ó gbégbá kalẹ̀ ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Onídòdó onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín nígbà tí ọ̀tá rárá nígbà tí ọ̀tá ó gbégbá kalẹ̀ ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Onídòdó onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín nígbà tí ó tà rárá nígbà tí ó tà ó gbé bá kalẹ̀ ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Dókítà tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí ẹ̀wọ̀n dókítà tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí láláìsàn bá bínú yọ̀bẹ bá bínú yọ̀bẹ ẹ wá wọjà lọ́sibítù o. Dókítà tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí sẹ́ tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí ẹ̀wọ̀n dókítà tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí tó ń bínú yẹ̀yí láláìsàn bá bínú fọ̀bẹ̀yọ bá bínú yọ̀bẹ ẹ wá wọjà lọ́sibítù o. Onídòdó onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín nígbà tí ó tà rárá nígbà tí ó tà ó gbé bá kalẹ̀ ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Onídòdó onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín nígbà tí ó tà rárá nígbà tí ó tà ó gbé bá kalẹ̀ ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Láńlọ́ọ̀dù tó ń bínú sí wọ́n tó ń bínú sí wọ́n láńlọ́ọ̀dù tó ń bínú sí wọ́n tó ń bínú sí wọ́n lìtẹ́nàntì bá bínú yàdá bá bínú yàdá ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Ẹ̀wọ̀n láńlọ́ọ̀dù tó ń bínú sí wọ́n sẹ́ tó ń bínú sí wọ́n láńlọ́ọ̀dù tó ń bínú sí wọ́n tó ń bínú sí wọ́n lìtẹ́nàntì bá bínú fọ̀bẹ̀yọ bá bínú fọ̀bẹ̀ ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Onídòdó onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín ẹ̀wọ̀n onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín nígbà tí ó tà rárá nígbà tí ó tà ó gbé gbá kalẹ̀ ẹ wá wọjà ní láfíàjì. Onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín onídòdó ní mọ́ínmọ́ín.
We're back again. Thank you for sticking around. Staying tuned with us since 6 a.m. when these guys started.
Yeah, well, you did have day today. Well done, well done. Well, we're excited for the weekend. Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you? We certainly are. And we're smelling some really great food in the kitchen. Loving it. So the weekend has to start after the close of work, right? But we try and start it early so that your whole Friday just feels good.
Yes, indeed. Every single Friday, guys. That's how we try to make things special for you. My name is Jimmie, OAP.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Now, we're streaming live online, tvcontinental.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send in those comments, please, right now with your hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
And also, the TVC app is also available. You can download it on the Google Play Store and, of course, the Apple iStore as well. Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world,
Yes,
wherever you are.
We have an amazing dance performance coming your way in just a bit. Olamide and his cohorts, they're going to be giving us that performance very, very soon. And then we'll be sitting down with someone. Really interesting, right?
Yeah, we're going to be sitting down with Jimmie Akinshola for a chat.
Yes, indeed. Woo!
Jimmie the Entertainer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and he's going to be here with us. And we're also going to be playing games with him as well. I hope he's ready.
Is he ready for the game? It's game day! Sorry, I need to play. There has to be a recording somewhere of this. Like they can just press and I'll say it. You know? But
so
I love Fridays though.
Yeah, I saw this movie for the second time, and that's when the movie made sense.
What movie?
Made more sense.
Avengers?
Yes, Endgame. So after I saw the first time I saw the movie at the premiere, the movie was like a...
You had mixed feelings because
69%.
I asked you.
Yeah, I had very mixed feelings.
Yeah.
So, but you know what happened? There's a lot we didn't get to hear. Because we were ones that caused it too. Something happened.
Everybody was screaming, yeah.
So the second time I watched it, there was so much more calm in the cinema.
Yeah.
And I'll give the movie a clear 98%. This movie is out of... this movie is just something else, man.
I felt there were too many superheroes.
But that's
like,
the idea.
okay, the entrance of Captain Marvel, for instance, I was like, okay, this is a bit too much. But like you, maybe when I see it the second time, I thought it was a bit too much at that point where I was like, okay, is there any other superhero that's
not here?
Are you sure the whole world is not full of superheroes?
Yeah.
So the big thing about this movie, why I'm so excited is that it's about 2.5 billion as
already.
2.5, and it just needs 200 million to beat Avatar's record,
Yeah.
world record.
So it's already topped Titanic.
Yes, so,
Top Titanic.
James Cameron is one very proud director.
Yeah.
That man, how can you have your number one and number two movies you did are number one, number two? But Avengers Endgame, say in the next week or so, I'm predicting this movie to hit. It's very slow because people rushed and all of that, but it will hit 3 billion and it will be the biggest film
ever made.
Amazing.
I think the next time you talk about Avengers, I'm going to maybe literally...
You don't have to talk.
Why?
You should not. If I don't even talk,
I am tired of hearing all about Avengers.
Which Avenger does MM remind you of?
This one?
Yes.
You know that there's one Ghanaian.
The red hair.
So, Ghanaian Spider-Man. All those Spider-Man, and you see, I am Spider-Man, I will kill you. That's how I'm.
Mike, I have no pounded yam for you today.
No, I don't want.
No pounded yam for you today. I am going to make sure.
Is it because it's not Nimbe or something like that? Go and watch Korean movie like with Ginger.
Okay, so I think she reminds me of the Wasp.
Who's the Wasp?
What? The Wasp.
No.
Yes, you remind me of the
Is the Wasp not a guy?
No,
Joe.
Ant-Man is a guy.
The lady,
Yes. With your snide comments and your style choices.
Miss Father has small, Sha. Yeah, Miss Father has small. So let's just leave. Just small, Sha, so that head doesn't get too big. But of course, she does remind me of Khaleesi. Always. Doesn't she look like Khaleesi? There's not all moments.
It's funny because I resumed.
Even after this episode.
It's real.
Exactly. Because I came back and everyone was saying that, Khaleesi is back. I'm like, oh wow, guys, really?
So when this one is not it's a match she has. She's not fire.
So before we go to
the news,
before we go to the news, which superhero do I remind you of? I don't know.
Titi.
Anybody?
The Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Which superhero? Which Avenger, right? Let's look at the Avengers, right? Okay, so there was this moment in the Avengers where the ladies came together.
Yeah.
So there was a man, that was like one of my best scenes. So, but if I
So a
look
lot
at
of the
all these
ladies were screaming.
Let's see. Maybe Nebula.
Really?
Because she was very vital to the storyline. Extremely very vital.
Oh yeah.
Nebula, the robot?
The fact that there were two.
I remind you of a blue robot chick.
Have you seen Nebula?
Yes.
Pomp Clef in real life.
It's just not
the
better.
green one,
They
the
say I
green one.
remind them of the wasp.
No, the green one is Gomorrah.
Gamora.
Who's
Okay,
Zoe
yeah.
Saldana, extremely beautiful lady. So,
you didn't
wow, you know.
I'm the true definition of a Zoe Saldana. I decided to give that to Titi.
Wow.
No, she's not Zoe
you.
Saldana. I think she's Nebula is more.
Nebula is the robot.
The robot.
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
What?
And we've got Jimmie in the building.
Yes, sir.
And he's promising us a few things.
I don't know. Excuse me?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I told you that in confidence.
Wow.
This is between me and
Anyway, his name is Folajimi Akintola, a.k.a.
I am Jimmie.
I am Jimmie.
Yes.
He's a
Jimmie the
producer,
entertainer.
presenter, sports journalist,
And so much more.
world traveler.
He was also recognized as NTA's youngest TV producer
Tell somebody.
in 2003.
Hallelujah.
He has vast experience working as a radio presenter, producer, and editor. And right
I
now,
think this is an overhype.
he does.
You see, because I'm going to be going after him in games very shortly.
Wow.
Really?
So, so I think you should also read my profile.
Your own
now
profile.
that now that we have this thing going.
Right.
Yomi Owope.
And in the black corner?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yomi Owope.
that's it right there.
The deacon of life, the man in grey himself. Yes, indeed. The guy that could have been a basketball player, but
somebody.
decided to be a deacon.
Yeah. I move with angels, so that's just a warning to you.
Yeah, so you can
Anyway,
fly.
Jimmy, good to have you
guys.
join us on the
Thank
show
you so
today. You
much.
came in really early, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've had time to be amazed by the quality of your premises, I must say. My last time here it was still in the developmental stage. It was just a vast area of land, and now it's a world-class studio, I must say.
Thank you.
I'm very,
Nice.
very
Nice.
impressed. If you've not been here, my God, they're doing great work here. Trust me.
Wow. I'm like blushing on
honestly
everybody's
impressed.
behalf.
Nice.
But Jimmie, your experience in media, it spans like way back. We just mentioned 2003.
Yeah.
So
but
when you
I think it goes way beyond that.
beyond that, so when you started, did you ever think you were going to do all these great things, or what was your focus?
I don't know if I've done great things yet. But,
really?
Well, in my own eyes, it's not great. It's just what I was supposed to do.
Okay.
But having started earlier, I mean, as at the age of 7, I was already being asked a Vox Pop question about football.
Okay.
And 10, 11 years after, I'm on that same show as a producer.
Wow.
Which is where I got the recognition from NTA as the youngest producer at the time. So I had already put myself on a timeline of what I was trying to achieve, because obviously with that mindset of being on TV at an early age, I got stuck to TV. So I was always watching TV, and the things I saw shaped the way I spoke, shaped the way I carried myself, and my focus in school then was more about my English, how I spoke, so I was very, very particular. I never missed a class when it came to English, because I was like, this English is what makes these people bad, so let me work hard at it. And it grew from that. A lot of people ask me, Jimmie, this is your phone every day, your mouth.
Where did it come
How
from?
you take the drum? Yeah, phone Naija boy, so let me talk about now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. To be honest with you, I mean, I watch a lot of TV. I mean, I watch BBC Food while they're doing their cooking, and that's why I gather their phone. You put a little bit of this, you put a little bit of that. So I'm like, oh, nice, I'm do this. And
So at some point in your career, you became a hype man. People just knew you as a hype man. You traveled a lot.
By the grace of God.
With D'banj and a couple of other people like that. And so this hype man business,
right?
I know you got paid for it and everything, and you do get paid for it.
I'd like to claim to be the one that opened the door for people to get paid.
How do you become a hype man? Because there are very few of you guys, and you guys are an endangered species.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I've been overworked. Okay. But no. But to be honest with you, how do you become a hype man? It's just the same way you become anything. You have to have passion. a lot of people that are getting into it now are getting into it because they think it's another avenue to get into the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
As per, okay, if I can't sing, I can't rap, then
I can hype.
I can start making noise.
Exactly.
That's what I see. And
Yeah.
initially, I used to feel some type of way about it because people would say, there's that guy again that makes noise in the club. And I'm like, no, I do more than that. That's not why I became a hype man, because I started out on the radio at Beat FM in 2009 when the station opened up. And they needed to sensitize the public about what they were doing. So they chose the nightlife crowd to be the angle or their demographic, so to speak. So they started doing a lot of parties in the clubs. And by doing parties, they needed someone to communicate why they were there. They were not just there because it's a radio station. You don't know their faces.
Exactly.
You know, they're just there. So they were like, yo, Jimmie, you seem to be the most turned person here and everybody seems to know you. Can you just tell the DJ to
give you the microphone,
turn down the music and yarn something? The DJ's like, I'm not turning down my music. I'm like, okay, just give me the microphone. I will time when the music goes, the vocals on the song goes low.
Yeah.
And I'll speak then so you can hear me.
Yeah.
So I started, telling people, it's the BFM, we're having this, we're doing this. And they're like, yeah, don't drop the mic, keep doing it.
Yeah. Wow.
So every time we kept doing that. And luckily for me, one of the corporate brands, alcoholic brands, that, focused on nightlife, got into partnership with Beat FM.
Okay, and that was it?
And I've been their hype man since.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 years straight.
10 years.
That's
this business, man.
That's what I'm
Are you
saying,
sure you
so-
can't train me to be a hype
Well, that's
woman?
another thing.
Yeah.
You can train someone, you can teach them the do's and don'ts based on experience that I've had, but it's still down to the person.
Okay, so give me some pointers. Let me see if I can do it.
Well, first of all, you need to read the situation.
Okay,
There's no
this
point.
is not the situation for it.
Yeah, no, but I can hype you up. But
Okay, sure, you can hype up. Yeah, so that's one of the things I wanted to ask, because, sometimes you walk into a place and everybody's just chill. Nobody's paying attention to what's happening. People are having drinks in the corner. Then you like sometimes in like maybe at a club or a restaurant, like there are different cliques. And all that.
just
so how does
little
a hype man step in that situation
Well,
and get everybody to
I don't
be
know about
governed?
a hype man. I know about Jimmie.
Jimmie.
What I would usually do is what I did my first engagement in person when I had my friends were like, yo, Jimmie, you're always talking when we're sitting together. You're always making fun of everybody. You're always the one talking about everything. You cannot MC a wedding.
Wow.
This was my friend.
Yeah.
So they threatened me that I couldn't do it, that I'll choke when I see a crowd. And I did, I choked. Wow. But what I did to get out of that nerves that I was feeling, I just started I put myself in the position of the audience. Like, what do I want them to do? I want them to be excited. I want them to dance. I want them to get up and, have a good time and just be able to interact. So the easiest way for me was to use the music. So like in that wedding, I couldn't take the mic and say, hello, my name is Jimmie, I'm the MC for this wedding. I was nervous. When I entered the stage, the live band was playing, so they were like, should we stop? And I said, don't stop. I started dancing with the live band.
Right.
So what I'm saying in effect is if you enter a room and it's lacking energy, you be the energy. What you want people to do, you do it. Because people move based on what they see you do. Do as I do, not as I say. If I say, yo, turn up everybody, get up, get up, get up, nobody's gonna get up. If I'm sitting down.
Right.
True.
So if I'm up dancing, doing what I'm saying you should do, it's easy for you to be like, oh, this guy's enjoying himself.
Then let's join him.
Come on, jump, get up, put your hands in it.
There you go.
And from there, you just, and you vibe. And with experience, I almost know what the DJ is gonna play. Or the next song he's going to play.
Or the song he's supposed to play.
Most of the time, yes. Some DJs just go off. And be like, no, you should have kept that pace. Because the crowd was vibing to it. And I mean, it's a lot of work. And because you're creating vibes on the spot.
That's actually where I was going to go. So a lot of people, so if I went to tell my family I want to be a hype woman, they'll probably look at me, eye me up and down, like, really? I know you must have gone through that.
Maybe
you might have gone through something similar with your family. How did they take it?
Family, okay. Hi, Mom. I hope you're watching. Family for me has not been directly there. So I'm from a broken home since I was 7 years old. Lived with my mom till she relocated about 18 years ago to the UK. So it's 18 years till now, I've been fending for myself. So I've not really had the pressure of what my family thinks or anything. I mean, I'm sure you're looking at this guy's wearing earrings. I mean, yeah, because I had the freedom to do what I wanted to do. So based on that.
So
yeah. Anyway, we do have to take a break now, and Jimmy's still with us.
Yep. We ain't
It's
going nowhere.
game day.
Is that a hype?
Okay. After the break, we have Jimmie, Yomi,
come on,
Are
you ready?
There you go.
Ladies.
Dude, it's gonna be game day.
Are you ready?
Yeah, well, here is game day, and we're doing an egg relay race. And this one, we're putting a little twist to it. It's not just a normal egg relay that we have here. Okay, so we have Yomi and as a team. They're going to be a team. Both of you should give yourselves a name. And then Jimmie and I beg you, is to give you look for a name. Two of you, confess. Jimmie and
Team Eggalicious.
TJ. Okay, what?
Eggalicious.
Wow.
Are you okay with that, Yomi?
I think it should be Egovin.
Okay.
They have team. This is team TJ. This is TJ.
Yeah.
You guys should put. I see that name TJ. That makes sense.
Does Eggalicious not make sense?
Well, okay. Okay, so all right. Team Eggalicious is here, and then team TJ. Let's go. So now, the rules are very simple now. Okay. You're going to blindfold yourselves. I will check the blindfolds. It's a relay race. Very simple. Now, each team member. Now, I would help you put the egg on the spoon.
Yeah.
You would move up to that place, to the bucket. You fill the bucket and drop the egg, blindfolded. If you need guidance, your team member could guide you. You understand?
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you just move up the blindfold, run back, and pass a spoon to your team member who's blindfolded.
So we
you help
drop
them
this egg
put
into the water.
Into the water.
Come on.
This is TJ and this is Eggalicious. Do we get that?
So who wins? So who
Right?
wins?
The ones with the most eggs.
in it.
Do we all understand? It's very simple.
Yes.
If your egg should drop,
Who's going first? Okay.
if your
Ladies
egg-
first now.
So this is what
I'll be
happens.
egging you on.
Listen, if your egg drops, you come back and your other teammate goes.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
No tie to the hold your hair. All right.
so,
are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Okay, who's-
So your team member will help you put the egg on the spoon and all that.
Oh.
All right.
We can't both be blindfolded at the same time.
Okay. So
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
at the end, so we just need some music to get this place a little bit jumping. Let's get
Hey.
some music. Wait, hold on first. We've not started. Drop the egg
We've not
first.
started.
Drop the egg first.
I can't even see.
Let them get ready. Let both of them get ready at the same time.
If they are slowing down, I mean,
My team is ready.
Okay.
All right.
Yomi also. Okay.
Where's the spoon?
Okay. Who's going off first? No. Yeah.
Where's the
I'm
spoon?
getting you ready, my dear. Don't
So
worry.
Yomi, put your blindfold. I want to see you take it up. You have to put your blindfold and take it up.
Okay.
So that you understand.
Alright.
It's waiting when you're ready.
Okay.
Wait, hold on first.
Just
Hold
keep
on.
it straight.
Hold on. When
Focus
we'll
and
start, that's part
balance.
of the race. That's part of the race. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait, drop it.
Do I
Okay.
give her blindfold?
Mike, time is going.
As in-
I'm done. Let's hear your team member is not yet ready. You're doing. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready? All right. The race starts now. Go.
Give me the spoon. Give me the spoon.
Go. Okay.
I can't see Jack.
Go. You're
Oh, no,
almost
come
there.
back.
You're almost
No,
there. You're almost there.
you just-
You're almost
Hey,
there.
hey,
Almost
stop,
there.
stop,
One more
stop,
step.
Hey,
Drop it. Come back to me. Come straight. I got you.
All right.
Okay.
Now take your blindfold
Straight,
off.
straight,
Cover your blindfold. Cover your
straight.
blindfold.
Give me egg. Give me egg.
Straight.
Okay.
Yomi, just keep going.
Okay,
Just
go.
keep going.
Take, here you
No,
go, here you go,
straight,
here you go,
straight.
here you go, here you go.
Move by your right a
Keep
little.
going, keep
Your
going,
right,
keep going,
your right
keep going,
a
keep
little,
going,
a
keep
little.
going, keep going,
You're
keep
there,
going.
almost there.
You're
Yes.
almost there.
Come back.
Come back.
Okay. Next
back.
person.
Hurry up.
Blindfold.
Come back. Okay.
All right.
Give me the.
Blindfold.
Okay, so the blindfold.
Yeah,
We can
use
use
your
it.
own. Tie
To
your
the
blindfold.
right, to the right.
Jesus.
Your blindfold is not well tied.
Oh, it's tied.
Jimmie, come back.
You're almost there. Oh my Jesus.
Yomi, you're there. Left. Almost there. Go.
Oh my
Hurry
God.
up.
Line inside.
Go back, Jimmie. Go back. Jimmie, go back. You don't move fast here.
I'm here. I got you.
Yomi, am I there?
Yes. You're there.
All right. Go.
Hurry
Are
up.
you tied up? You're almost there.
Go.
Hey, no. Let me go back.
Left.
You have to put that from
You're
here.
there.
All right, now start.
there.
Okay, hold it. All right, now
No,
go.
this cheating. No.
Left.
Left.
Go.
Okay. My
Right.
blindfold.
Tie the blindfold very well.
Left. Yomi, you're going out left.
Blindfold.
Left. Left.
Please help us be sure we're not cheating.
Left.
Don't be left
Oh my
out.
world.
Right.
Left.
Let me right.
Left. You're almost
This is
there.
straight.
Left.
Drop it.
Yes,
No, don't drop it. There you go.
Don't take off your blindfold. Don't take off your blindfold.
Straight.
Don't take off your blindfold.
Straight.
Okay,
Left, left, MM, left.
Just
Left.
keep going straight. Keep going straight. Keep going
Don't take
straight.
off your blindfold when coming back.
You're there.
You
You're
get it.
there.
I should drop it.
Come on now.
You are there. Come.
Yomi, just go straight.
No.
Straight. Yomi, straight. Yes. Yeah, you're almost there. You're almost there. Keep going. Keep going.
Tie this thing
You're
well,
there.
tie this
You're
thing
there.
well.
Drop it.
You're cheating. Our hair is not tied well.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Hurry up now. Come on.
One step to the right.
Where are you, Yomi?
You're there. You go. Keep going. Feel it. Then drop it.
Okay.
Move.
MM, straight.
I'm here.
You're there.
Okay, are you still tied up? Are you still
Put the
tied
egg
up?
here. Put the egg here.
Okay.
Yeah, where are you?
Now,
Jimmie.
go.
Okay,
All right.
straight.
Put the egg. Okay,
Just keep
now
going
go.
straight.
Keep going.
Keep going straight.
Straight.
Left a little.
Straight.
Stop. Go.
Straight.
You're there.
Keep going. You're almost there. You're almost there.
You are there.
You're almost there. Yes.
You are
drop
there.
it.
Come back.
Come back.
Okay, tie that. That has to be very tight.
Oh, are we finished? The last
My hair.
Go and drop our egg. Straight.
Straight. MM, you're there.
Drop it. Come to me. Yes.
Okay, you have to go back. All right, that's it. We have to count now. This is Team TJ and this is Egilicious. Okay, so let's count.
Oh my God.
We're going to do a count now.
Oh my gosh.
This is TJ. TJ, let's go.
It looks like we're
1. Okay.
2.
Imagine.
3.
I think we have the same number of
Alright.
eggs.
4.
Are you ready?
It's not the same number.
5.
like that.
6.
Another one.
7.
Another one.
8.
Another one.
9.
Team TJ. Okay, Egilicious. All right.
1.
Echo.
2.
Meji.
3.
Meta.
4.
Mary.
5. 6. 7.
She dropped one egg.
Yeah, I think that's the egg she dropped. That's why she didn't drop it.
In your face.
Whoa! Give us some for Team Egilicious.
Can report this to the tribunal?
I'm sorry.
This
Team
needs to be
Egilicious
taken
needs a song to celebrate.
How?
Okay, while we're celebrating here, let's head over and join Chef B. Are we joining Chef B?
We need to eat
We
some
are.
eggs.
Okay, we're heading over to join Chef B. And then we'll pronounce the winners are the ones eating. Losers are not eating.
Absolutely amazing.
Let's go there.
We need to do this again.
So what's up, guys? That was a great game out there. We have our meal ready, and what we're doing right now, we're actually plating the meal. When it comes to food, the eyes is more appealing to the eyes first before you actually taste it. So we have our potato wedges here. Our sauteed veggies is ready, and we're going to dish it into the plate. You can see how colorful this is looking. Really colorful. And it has that really nice aroma. We also have our dip here. It's a mayo and sweet chili dip, just to have that extra feeling. So, this is it.
Oh, wow.
Welcome.
Well done. Food is almost ready. Woo. Whoa. Okay.
That was a great game.
Wow, something smells nice. Something smells nice. How you doing, brother? You should have been up there. They were kissing me.
Don't worry.
Well, it's okay. The food that I'm...
Sit down, Joe.
Okay, so
all right.
see, that name helped them. Team Egilicious won
Yes.
the day. Give it up.
Welcome to the kitchen.
Our investigation have shown...
We would have even beaten you 11-9.
Wow.
It was,
We just missed out on one. We were blindfolded.
Well, you failed to hold the egg properly this time.
Welcome to the kitchen, Jimmie.
Thank you so
this
much
is
for
Chef
having
V.
me.
And this morning he's made potato wedges and sauteed veggies for us this morning.
Yes,
yes. So please.
I know about the wedges, but the sauteed veggies.
So quickly, Chevy, over to you.
So basically, what we did here was we had potatoes cut, wash them with the back on, because when you have your potato with the back on, it has more fiber. It's better to eat it with the back on.
Right.
So we washed it.
So was this fried or?
Yeah, it was cooked. It was cooked for a little, for like 80%.
Okay.
And then it was fried. It was deep. We made like a spread with flour, cornstarch, butter, and some other spices.
My mouth is watering.
All right.
So
Jim.
Oh, this is all for me, guys.
Yeah, but
I want to thank my mom.
Jimmie didn't win the game. I'm just saying.
Well, that's really true.
I want to thank my mom.
Just because.
I want to thank all my friends, my family, everybody that helped me get to this point.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm the only one that's going to eat it. So watch this and cry.
Tell us what it tastes like. Tell
So you're
us.
supposed to dip it. How do you make the...
You can
It's a dip.
So
It's a dip sauce. Me, I like to dip. I dip, you dip.
No, but really, I'm still worn out from that game.
I am.
Like, really.
It's a breathing, nice one. We need more games like this, eh?
What do you like it?
Let me take another one.
Okay. While he's trying to figure it out, we have a lot of thank yous.
Yes, indeed. Big thank you to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories. On Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes,
It's been a great show today.
And of course, a big shout out to Fola at Fola's Place for styling the hair. I know I've scattered the hair from outside, but it was nicely styled earlier on.
It was a
I must see MM and Yomi, you guys. MM felt like everybody was going against her, like she wasn't going to do it, but then you guys are the real MVPs.
Yes.
Come on, give me a high five, man. You guys are the real MVPs.
Rematch.
We had Angels.
Rematch soon.
Yes.
Rematch soon.
Rematch. Switching teams as well.
Ah, really? You abandoned me like that? Is that easy?
So what you guys didn't see were the angels that were
Guiding me forward.
that way.
Are you bringing some spiritual around with us? My brother, I like you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on Monday for
6 a.m., y'all. Have a great weekend.